I'm back in beautiful Scotland. It is currently October. I will be here for about 6 weeks before I have to leave, although I will be back again in the new year. And I am a bit late in possibly posting these vlogs, I must admit. But for my first proper shoot, I wanted to revisit a classic location, the location of my first vlog, Loch Morlich. To be perfectly honest, this is my third attempt. I came up twice before. One time I forgot the batteries for my vlogging camera, and so I couldn't record. I just took some awesome photos in a very misty condition. I'll put some of those images up now actually, and you can tell me what you think about those ones in the comments below. They're a little bit different. I've never taken images like that before up here from this location. I'm really happy with how these images turned out. Simple, intriguing, and totally unique. I've never had conditions like this ever before, and I don't think there will be such interesting weather again. And the second time when I came up here, there was people and I couldn't really film. I didn't feel comfortable filming. And luckily the sunrise was no good. There was no colour. So this time I wasn't rushing particularly. I was like, no. But as I came round the corner, coming up this road to Loch Morlich, the colours started. Which means that I was a bit late. The colours are still there, but they're getting fainter as we go. And I've just put on a 4-stop ND grad, and now I'm going to be switching to bulb mode on this one. And I need to figure out my exposure. This is going to be an ultra long exposure then, apparently. I'll just grab my trigger. There we go. Okay. And on it goes. So, you know, I've been here before. I've been here many times. I've come to this classic spot that I know. I've got a composition that I already know and really like. This is a bit of a facsimile of the composition. I've basically got this boulder here in the foreground as an anchor point on the third lines going down here. And then of course I've got these boulders heading through the image along with a bit of the beach. In the background is the mountains that you can see up here. Ooh, there's my hand. Up mountains, and then the colour in the sky and the clouds. Now it's all about technique with this image. I'm doing a very long exposure. I thought it'd be interesting to try that out. I always do like a 30-second exposure when I'm here. And I wondered what it would be like to have this very long exposure, especially as the clouds are sort of drifting in and out. And so that will create some nice movement in the clouds, smooth them out. And I want to see how the colour interacts with those smoothing clouds, whether that is transferred into the image. So I'm on f16 for depth of field. I'm at 15mm, so it's nice wide angle. I'm on ISO 100 as always, and this exposure is probably going to be 4, 5, maybe even 6 minutes. I'm going to try out 5 minutes, I think, and we're going to see how that turns out. So the 5-minute exposure worked quite nicely, but it was a bit dark, so I'm doing another one of 8 minutes, which is what the Lee stopper app told me to do, but I was a bit hesitant to do. Gonna leave this exposing for about 8 minutes, and here is the result of how it looks. So if you don't know how to do long exposures, the best thing you can do is download the Lee Stopper app. I'll put up a little shot of it on my phone. And the reason I say that is because it's really difficult to know the meter reading, especially when your max in manual mode is 30 seconds exposure. So what I do is, you set it in manual mode, you find out what the camera says the shutter speed should be, you then put on a filter. It's only got 6 stop, 10 stop and 15 stops, so I'm sort of guessing because I'm using a 4 stop filter. And then on the dial you put in the exposure, the shutter speed that your camera says, in this case 30 seconds, and the dial on the other side will tell you how long that exposure should be with a 6 stop filter or a 10 stop filter. And then you switch to bulb mode and use a trigger, and if, like this camera, your camera might have a timer to tell you how long it's been exposing for. If not, you use your phone and you take a picture and just let it expose for that amount of time, however long the app suggested. And it's just a very simple way to get the right exposure for a long exposure like this, especially when it goes beyond 30 seconds, because otherwise it's a bit of a guess game and you've got to do multiplications and work it out yourself. So while that long exposure is happening, I thought I'd just give a quick explanation about why I am back. So, as you saw in my last videos, I was struggling a bit in Italy. I couldn't get out to the places I wanted to go. I couldn't, there was a very strict lockdown, and then it was summer, which is my worst period, and I get very unenthusiastic in summer. And then, you know, it was just piling up. Brexit was proving to be a real problem. Each country now has its own rules on how British people are allowed to stay in Italy, in their countries, and Italy's is very bureaucratic, a lot of paperwork, and there's been a lot of problems with the rollout of it as well. And I'm not the only one that experienced this, many others have as well. And so those things were sort of piling up, and I was getting a bit depressed, and I didn't want to go out and create anymore. Bit of a duck fight. Yeah, and so when my partner's course came to an end, and we decided to come back to the UK. Yeah. Give it another 20 seconds on the long exposure. So we decided to come back to the UK, and for a couple months, a month or to 6 weeks, I was staying with my family. That was nice to recuperate some of my spirit and my motivation. And then we came, I've just come back to Scotland about a week ago, and I was getting myself organised and everything else. So I'm really looking forward to what's coming up. Here's a little preview of the stuff that I've been getting up to over the past couple of weeks. Well, when this is going live, is my future, but past as well. So here's a little clip, some clips of what I've been up to and what you've got to look forward to. Now I'm going to sort out this exposure. All these different colours, oranges, yellows and greens, and then the birch forest beyond. I hope you enjoy the outcome. As I said, it's been overdone, but I've never done it. So this next image I've just had to shoot handheld and quickly from the path, because the path is part of the image. Fresh and beautiful diffused light can't beat this. Can't beat this. I was setting this up and there was the sun in the image, so that was creating a nice sun star, but I'm not sure if that's what I want or not until I get it on the computer and I can see how it looks after editing. Just see what catches my eye. But it's been a great morning, really enjoyed it, and I look forward to more. Oh my word, it's getting better. So I didn't even realise I got the tripod legs in the shot on that last one. So I've cropped it a bit and we'll see how it turns out. I'm not sure, but I'm going again and the colours are getting better. The more clouds are getting illuminated. Oh, that's so good. So good to be back. Oh man, that one there is just so bright where it's catching that sun. We're coming up over the horizon. Oh, I needed this for my spirits, I really did. Oh my word, so I'm doing another 2-minute exposure. And we're going to see how this one turns out, with it being a bit brighter, a bit more colourful. There's still motion in the clouds, which is exactly what we want with a long exposure. About 1 minute. But it is stunning, and I'm really looking forward to editing this one without the tripod legs in it. Oh. Fantastic morning. It looks like a volcano over there. It is amazing. After this long 2-minute exposure, I'm going to take off the 4-stop filter, and I might even put on a polarizer. Is that good? I'm not sure. It might look too saturated. Oh, I'm just so excited. I've got to figure out what I'm doing. Okay, that's quite bright, but that's okay. There was no blowout in the highlights, but that means all my foreground is perfectly exposed. Now, I'm going to take off this 4-stop filter. I'm definitely going to put on a, what's this, 4-stop grad, just to try and bring in those colours a bit. And then we're going to be moving over to manual mode instead of bulb. Yeah, and right, back to bulb from 1 minute. I've decided to put that back on because there's a lot of ducks and they're moving through the images, and either you get a very blurred little duck or you don't get ducks at all with a very long exposure. So long exposure it is, 1 minute. Let's see how this turns out. I quite liked the 30 seconds, and I'm hoping the 1 minute keeps that same effect. Oh, stunning morning. Oh yeah, 1 minute. 1 minute. Oh, that's beautiful. And again, got to keep going while this colour. Don't stop pressing that shutter button. That's all I can say. Oh, I'm tingling, I'm so excited for this. One last 1 minute exposure. The colours are going, they're still there, but really this location only has 1 or 2 good exposures and good compositions, and making use of this boulders. You could try something a little different. I could have done some like cross lake shots, or I could do a pano or something like that, but I'm not going to. Basically the colour is going, and I'm quite happy with the composition and the shots that I'm getting now. It's always hard doing this sort of vlog because I don't know what images have turned out well, what images you've seen and what have you. So I'm going to do this last one. I hope you have enjoyed the images of this vlog. I hope you can understand my reasons for coming back. I hope you can understand why I took that break from creating videos. It was just because I wasn't able to go out in Italy, not to do something like this. I was getting fed up with doing the videos from my tiny flat in Italy. That's not what I created this channel for. I created to bring you out into these locations with me. Although they were a bit fun, those were only supposed to be occasional videos when I really couldn't get out and go and take images out in the field. Not a whole channel built around those types of video. There's loads of that stuff out there already. So yeah, I just took that break until I felt I could come back to doing this style of video, which happens to be here in Scotland again. Hope you're looking forward to what's coming up over the next few weeks. You've seen some clips. I don't know what's happening yet, but I'm looking forward to it very much. I'm going out almost every morning like this. And that was, I got distracted and that was very bright. Let's go ahead. Problem doing two things at once. I'm going to go home, have some breakfast, and yeah, we'll see how things go over the next few weeks. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope you've enjoyed seeing this location, and I hope you can understand why I am back here doing what I'm doing. That was a very loud quack. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, do all that jazz. It really helps me out, especially as I continue to make new videos. That's the whole point of this channel, and it's been really annoying me not being able to do that. So I'm going to be doing lots and lots of new videos while I'm here, and we'll see how things go. So as I say, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week for a catch up on what is in my camera bag. You might have noticed, new camera, new lens, stuff like that. So that's what's happening next week. I'm going to show you what's all in my bag. Anyway, let's finish this up.